Hello everyone, this is Robert and this is my modular filament drawer system. Ever since I posted this on Printables, it's been getting pretty popular. There's a lot of downloads, a lot of views, a lot of remixes, and a lot of comments. One of the biggest comments that I'm seeing is people wanting the ability to view what's inside each one of these drawers. Right now, I can see that this is PLA Premium Assorted, but I don't really have a good idea of actually what's inside. So people have been talking about like filament swatches, things like that. I thought about that in the very beginning when I designed this, but I just didn't really come up with a good solution for it that I liked. So here's what I'm proposing. It is these filament sample display panels. So let's take a closer look at these. So I'm going to preface this whole video by saying I'm actually pretty lazy at times. And I know me, and I know that I'm just not going to get 5 new rolls of filament, load them up into the printer, print out a little sample, and put them on these drawers. I'm not going to maintain it. I'm not going to do it. I thought about this in the very beginning when I designed these drawers, and I really liked the idea of having filament samples or swatches on the front of them, but I just knew that it was going to be too time consuming and I would never end up doing it. For instance, each one of these drawers holds 8 to 9 rolls of filament. With modern printers, they got to do the bed leveling, they got to heat up and do whatever they're going to be doing. It's going to take you at least 15 minutes, even to print out like a little small 5-minute part. It's going to take you about 15 minutes to unload the filament, load it in, wait for it to heat up, print out, rinse and repeat. So each one of these drawers is going to take about 2 hours of you standing there. If you forget and go do something else and forget to, load the next one in, now you're at like 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2.5 hours. There's 14 drawers here. I am not going to spend 28 hours printing out little samples and then, redoing it every time I get new filament. So I was talking with my wife about this and she actually came up with a really good solution, which is to actually use just the filament straight off the roll. I didn't really think it would work out well, but it looks really nice. For me, for my purposes, I think this will be perfectly fine. I just kind of want to see where is that neon orange? Oh, it's in this drawer, nice and easy. So let's take a closer look at these little display panels. So here's a closer look at the sample display panels. As you can see, I've got a couple different faceplate options. The faceplates just snap off, just like that, to reveal the bases. And the base is really just this board that has little slots for the filament. On the top here, you have the opening, which is used for flush cutters, so you can cut these flush. They slide down, kind of bottom out at the bottom, and it's really as simple as that. You can print it out in black, you can print it out in white, you can print it out in whatever color you want to. Then you've got the 2 faceplate options. You have the one with the little slats in it, and then you have the one that's completely open. You can kind of mix and match these for different looks. So if we want to have that one look like that, maybe we want this kind of sagey green, nice. Or maybe we want the classic black on white with the little slats. Pretty much as simple as that. And you have the 2 mounting holes, so you can just screw this directly into, well, whatever you want. And it actually uses the same screw size as what comes with the linear drawer slides for the drawers. And that sits nice and flush, and there is even a little recess in the top just in case it doesn't sit perfectly flush. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. I had this extra faceplate left over. It had a couple scratches on it, but I've been kind of using this for mocking things up. You can kind of see what it would look like. So you can kind of throw the white one on there. Gives you a really good idea what's in there. We can also go over here vertically. This is probably my preferred location. Offset on the side. I think that looks kind of cool. However, I will probably do black on black because that is more my jam. And you can see what that looks like. In a well-lit workshop, I was really surprised that you can actually get a really good idea of what is in this drawer. We've got this kind of dark turquoise, got a green. It's really easy. I know what filaments I bought. I know what I have on hand. I know that yellow. That is that little sage green that I just used. I don't know. For me, this is going to work out great. Obviously, there is the compromise. It would be nice if you had these big discs on there so you could get a better idea, but this takes no effort to do. 2 screws, drill it on, and then it takes just a few seconds to slide in 35 millimeters worth of filament. You don't need to print anything out. So that's pretty much all there is to it. As you can see, I've got one kind of temporarily installed on this drawer, and I think it looks pretty neat and gives you a nice quick glance of what's in there. Usually when I'm doing a project, I'm looking for a very specific filament. I'm looking for like, you know, a red, a green, something like that, so I can do a quick glance. Ah, that has red in here. Colorblind people, I'm sorry. But for me, this is going to work out perfectly. For people that are wanting kind of like bigger swatches or bigger samples so they can kind of get a better idea, one of the things I originally thought of was doing kind of like a Connect 4 grid. You could do a full 3D printed faceplate that kind of had slots inside of it, so you would just kind of drop in the little coins or tokens and have like a 3x3 grid. I ended up doing 8 for this. Even though these drawers can technically hold 9, they can only hold 9 when it's a slightly slimmer filament roll, and I think you have to have like 2 of those. So most every single drawer here is probably going to have 8 unless it's completely full, and in that case I'm most likely going to have some duplicates in there. So just something to take into account, but I don't think you're ever really going to have 9 completely unique filaments, and in that case this just won't work. But anyway, I think for me, this is going to work out perfectly fine. I did forget to mention that there's a little notch on the bottom. You can use a screwdriver to just kind of pop these faceplates off. They do fit fairly loose, but you can use a screwdriver if it's a little tighter and you need to pop it off. So anyway, I am really curious to see if people are going to end up using this, if people end up remixing this. I am still planning on making a smaller version of this modular drawer system that can be printed on a Bamboo or like a Mark IV, you know, standard size printer. Still working on that. And when I come out with that, I'm probably going to integrate this into those faceplates. I'm probably going to have something like this that will be fully integrated into the different faceplate options. So be on the lookout for that. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.